This channel does not promote any violence, harmful or illegal activities. All content provided by this channel is meant for educational purpose only.
So in 28, my client is not a party, but there are other matters, Malad, in the list which are connected to this, Malad. But before all my learned senior friends start, Malad, my only prayer is that if it can be taken up on the other side of the vacation.
All right. And are you taking steps in the meantime?
Yes, Malad, because
All right.
Malad,
Trying to find out a solution.
no, Malad, my client has taken a decision to prefer an appeal from this order, but Malad, we have not been able to obtain a certified copy for the last 11 days. We have applied. That's why I was Malad praying Malad to take it on the other side of the vacation, Malad. Thereafter, Malad, eventually, Malad, if steps are required, that's a
Whatever
different thing.
happens in the appeal court is something different. But in the meantime, let the petitioner work.
There we have no, we have nothing to say with regard to that. Your lordship already protected them, Malad. But as far as our consideration is concerned, there was a direction
But
to
then
consider.
do not take any steps so that the protection granted is frustrated.
Malad, your lordship, Malad, only for Malad, reminding Malad, I am appearing for the state in this matter.
I understand.
The restraint order is on the private respondents.
Yes, I understand.
And Malad, there is no allegation as far as the state is concerned directly that we are restraining anyone from working. And I have made that submission, Malad, consistently. But Malad, for the simple reason that we have not been able to obtain the, whatever may be the reason, Malad, if your logic places it on the other side, Malad, then Malad,
Let me hear once. Who are you for?
Yes, Milord, I am appearing for Milord, one of the petitioners, Mr. Kingshukde, Milord, who has also filed a contempt application which is not there in the list today.
All right.
But Milord, I just indicate one thing. After my lord has passed Milord, my lord's order in the writ petition, Milord, which is followed by contempt application, 2 orders passed Milord in the contempt matter, Milord, situation has become even worse.
Worsened.
Now, Milord, because of this, Milord, litigations that we have initiated, Milord, there is, Milord, a vindictive, Milord, attitude shown towards us. Messages are, Milord, being flooded, Milord, in the, Milord, WhatsApp group and everywhere. Milord, people are making statement that this order has no binding effect and they are not, Milord, going to hear, Milord, listen to this order. Milord, those, Milord, everything we have annexed, Milord, to our contempt application. We have used a supplementary affidavit. Now, Milord, situation is even worse.
In fact, Malad, all these petitioners have been ostracized. Malad, they have been debarred. Virtually, they are now out of word.
There is a
from the date when your office passed the first order.
Malad,
I have also used this second supplementary affidavit. Malad, a directive has been issued by the contender number 1. Malad, indicating that the federation's directives are binding.
Saying that we should be boycotted.
Who has passed the order for
Number
boycotting?
1, contender number 5 in my contempt application.
But see, these contender number 1 or 5, they possibly are not statutory authorities.
No, but Milord, applying Milord the Seward principle, Milord Seward versus Patterson principle, Milord, the order is binding on them. They can't, Milord, just Milord turn a blind eye, Milord, to the order passed by your lordship.
Milord, in fact, I can satisfy your lordship about the maintainability of the writ petitions here and now. If they allow me, I'll only show 2 judgments of the Supreme Court on the issue whether the writ is maintainable or not.
Tell me, the department was directed to take some decision.
Malad, take a decision and place it before your lordship, Malad.
Today. What happened to that decision? Was any decision taken?
But decision has not been taken, Malad.
Why?
On the contrary,
On the
Malad,
plea that you will prefer an appeal.
Malad, we had started taking steps, Malad, long back. Today is at least the 11th day, Malad.
Yes.
But in the meantime, we approached the Honorable Division Bench also for our remedies, Malad, without certified copy, etc., Malad. But it was not possible. Malad,
Why was it not possible?
The court directed that since you have applied, you wait for it. Certified copy you'll get. Malad, but even throughout the last week, Malad, the department could not provide us with the certified copy, Malad. It's not that we have not taken any steps, Malad. We have taken steps, Malad. If required, I can show the documents also because
no, showing me will not help. What I can see is that there is an order you have not complied with and no stay order.
But
this is what I can see.
For placing the decision, I am praying, Malad, a week's time. A week's time will take us on the other side of the vacation in any event.
But
so
what
I started from there.
Have you taken to consider the representation?
Well, we have received the representation. My learned seniors will agree that quite bulky representations have been given to us. But Malad, today I cannot place any decision before your lordship.
Shooting is suspended.
But that's a different thing. State has not suspended. State has not suspended anyone.
Somebody's right to life is being infringed and state is not taking any step to protect the right of these people. This is what is
Well,
troubling the court,
as far as
nothing else.
today is concerned, Malad, we were supposed to place the decision.
Yes,
That we are not in a position to place today.
because if the decision is placed, then at least the court gets to know what is the stand of the state in this impasse that has been created. This is what I want to know. Otherwise, I do not know what is happening.
If my lord kindly
Because the submission that is being made, they are not,
kindly similar
they
the
are
materials
boycotted,
ones.
they are ostracized, and all these
Can we
things.
just see the materials ones because my lord, my contempt
Malad, the
application is not there in the
difficulty
list today.
is that, Malad, to
Let the
counter,
contempt appear. Let the contempt appear.
Malad, to counter these arguments, I really don't want to counter anyone's arguments, Malad, because
You are the state.
yes. But Malad, if it is to be done, Malad, then the facts are to be placed before Lordship, Malad, that whose work, what work is on the floor,
They have to
how
pass
much work
themselves
is
out
there
of the
on the
contempt
floor
first.
or not.
Then, my lord, this
These submissions also I made on the last occasion, Malad. But problem is that, Malad, I am not appearing for an adversarial party.
No,
I am not.
you have to take a balanced stand because you are the state.
My role is of that of a Malad parents patria, Malad. But Malad, if I may put it in this way, I know this submission cannot be made, but if I place the decision with your Lordship, Malad, then the other decision to carry an appeal, Malad, becomes infructuous.
Mr. Bandyopadhyay should be our protector, my lord. We are
That submission I am myself making it. Mr. Banerjee, I am making the submission myself.
Malad, may I just-
shooting went on without any hindrance.
Malad, there was no shooting, Malad.
Under no
One of the
circumstances,
supplementary
state or the state respondents or the officers who are there in respondents, there are adversary to the petitioners in this matter at least. And that is also, Malad, the role assigned by your Lordship, Malad, in the
Yes.
Lordship's order also, Malad.
Should not be.
It's a state's
At
obligation,
least,
Malad, to
you should see
Malad-
that the right to life and livelihood is not infringed.
Malad, at the same time, Malad, the right that the as a respondent before Lordship, Malad, the right they have, Malad, if the decision has been taken to exercise that right, Malad, kindly gives us at least a fortnight's time to come back. Malad, fortnight will mean that those interim orders are already there, Malad. My other learned friends will
Who
address
is
your
going
Lordship.
to ensure and how it can be ensured?
may I- Milord,
You think by police protection he'll be able to do the work?
Try our hand.
Be reasonable.
May I just indicate one thing?
Mr. Bandyopadhyay is here. I can direct the police. But do you think it will be reasonable? Will it be feasible?
Try our hand. If it doesn't work, we'll come back, Millard, and we'll not bother your Mr. Mojumdar. The police Mr. Mojumdar, Millard is ready.
When I was, it is all identical material, but I tell your lordship was pleased to pass certain orders. These orders are not respected by the concerned contemners. My lord, I tell you, this is a peculiar case. When I was holding the conference yesterday, it appears really, literally, that something is really rotten in film industry, and your lordship can only exercise that.
The state has been directed to find out a solution to the impasse that has been created. Now, the state intends to prefer appeal, and possibly steps are being taken to prefer appeal. Now, that we cannot stand.
There is no appeal.
As on date, no appeal because certified copy was not available, and without the certified copy, this is what the submission is.
It is very strange that the state is taking up the cudgels on behalf of certain
We are
association. Absolutely, my lord. I'm sorry to make that submission.
Whatever.
Yes.
Now, on the very first day, I made it clear that the court was interfering only to the limited extent.
Yes.
That right to life and livelihood should be protected.
Right.
Nothing else.
Right.
Right. Now, how this is to be done? If somebody
Yes.
is stopping somebody or preventing somebody from working,
Yes.
your junior was making submission, let the police be there. Do you think that is feasible that the
Well,
police
I
is
tell
going
you,
to stand
Lordship,
there and can get your work done?
My lord,
One submission, Malad, Federation is to be restrained, Malad, to interfere with the affairs of the film industry. Malad, that order will suffice, because otherwise what happens, Malad, all these associations.
Firstly, what is the right of the federation? The court is not yet gone into
But
it.
these are, the other associations are affiliates or constituents of the federations.
Right.
The federations is
देखो ना,
dictating their work. They said if you follow my direction, they have now come up with a code of conduct of 2022, since your losses have said that the earlier code of conduct is no longer valid. That code of conduct also expired, but according to their own showing on 31st of March of 2025. Now they are reimposing the conditions which was, my lord, on the submissions made by the learned advocate.
Expired earlier.
Expired earlier. They actually restored the scholar with a new code of conduct allegedly signed in 2022. It was not disclosed on
What
the
is
first
being
day.
done here, that a submission was made.
The petitioner suppressed that.
No, we
No, we are
they
coming to that.
suppressed.
Malad, a submission was made that the code of conduct is not there. Malad, thereafter, when the matter is pending before this honorable court, they come out with a memorandum of settlement or arrangement with the IMPA, that which is in fact in verbatim reproduction of the earlier code of conduct. Malad, your lordship was pleased to pass this order sometime in the month of April. Thereafter, 3rd May. So thereafter, my lord, your lordship will find from the records, find from the WhatsApp messages that constantly efforts have been made to, my lord, interfere with my client's right under Article 19(1)A and 19(1)G.
That has been taken care of in the order, and
Yes, my lord, that
this
is why, my lord,
specific.
absolutely, my lord, I bow down to your lordship. But that order has to be enforced. The state says that the state is going to test this order in appeal. So, my lord, lordship will find that the nexus is apparent.
No, I'm sorry. Absolutely
Lord,
not.
kindly take your
But as far as
order
state's
and
point is
one-
concerned, he has not seen my points in appeal.
Page 170 of the
State is never restrained by your lordships.
say, your lordship have taken note of this code of conduct. Well, that expired supposedly on 30th April 2015.
Right, I know.
They introduced a new code of conduct, my lord, saying that this was, my lord, virtually your lordship did not approve this code of conduct. Then how it could be, my lord, enforced upon?
Reinstated. It has been
Code of conduct.
reinstated.
That expired in 31st March.
Then the each and every term of the code of conduct has to be gone into like scrutinizing a settlement.
My lord,
There is-
how this
There
can
is
be
large scale
enforced upon?
exploitation which has been sought to be stopped.
This is a-
18 to 19 hours of work on a day for payment towards payment of 8 hours of duty.
Virtually a
My lord,
small
it have to
things
be-
are
my lord,
administrated.
this is a kind, my lord, your lordship will find a cartel is working in this industry.
This has been
which
sponsored
is
by the
regulating-
producers.
Which
This
is
is paragraph 12 from the
without
writ
any
petition.
authority of law.
Whose behest this writ petition has been filed?
Yes, it has
At the
been-
behest of the producers.
Who
and
said
the
so? My
and the
question.
Let's come to paragraph 12 at page 8.
The directors are there, Mala, they can go to the box and say that it is their
This is a
interest.
facade.
In fact, they have been stopped in working.
Milord, may I, Milord,
Mr. Roy is also present.
Is anybody representing the federation today?
only one indulgence.
Note number 5, I represent.
He is a federation.
You are the federation.
In the content, Mala, he is the respondent number 1, that is the secretary or president. He is, Mala, orchestrating everything.
Let the federation not interfere with the work of the petitioners. Whoever is the petitioners.
Order that has not been violated.
that has been
Milord-
violated and violated time and again. Every minute it is being violated.
Milord,
The order should be
Milord, may I-
complied with its true spirit.
Milord-
Mala, they are trying to circumvent the order. That also amounts to contempt.
Certainly it does.
Page, page.
Milord-
এটা তো
The
পড়ে
federation
আতো
do not interfere.
of
If
this one.
the work of
ওটাটা।
any anybody attached to the film industry,
That's the problem.
assistant director, the designers, nobody's work should be interfered with, because those
Why will the court look into these terms?
Mr. Bandyopadhyay wants
I'm saying this code of conduct cannot be
Certainly
used
not.
upon.
I tell your lordship, there are 26 my lord unions or associations. My lord, this FCTWEI claims to be, my lord, at the helm of affairs. My lord, I have found out from the official website, I can show it to your lordship right now, of the Department of Information and Cultural Affairs, Government of West Bengal, that West Bengal Film Academy would act as an umbrella with regard to any dispute which arises in the film industry. My lord, kindly take this one. And the state is preferring that. Kindly take. So, my lord, today is I put the question to myself with all humility. My lord, today it has been marked. I'm so sorry, my lord. Today I put the question to myself with all humility. has state authorized this particular FCTWAI or delegated its powers, which is otherwise apparent from their website, so that they can act as umbrella? Kindly take this is the official website. Now I've downloaded it myself. So kindly take it from me that this is from their website. Kindly mark the functions of the West Bengal Film Academy. It has to be read in conjunction with the About Us page of this department. And what is their duty and responsibility?
That is exactly the reason the state was directed to
Absolutely,
consider.
No, no, I have not.
I put the question.
Nothing
Matlab, state, with
Nothing.
with the deepest of respect to Mr. Mojumdar, matlab, state cannot be made answerable for preferring an appeal. My right to appeal. My right to appeal arises from where he files the application before your lordship. It's a statutory right to appeal. Number one.
Okay.
Number two, what he has handed over, I do not know. If I've understood correctly that he has a alternative remedy, he should approach that dispute resolution forum. If there's a dispute resolution forum according to the writ petitioner, he must approach them.
Once your lordship goes through this entirety of this this particular website.
The dispute resolution forum is not taking steps in
Yes,
terms of
yes.
sort
Matlab, their cause of action
is
in the
yet
writ
to be-
petition is that there is a committee which we say is a non-existent committee which is not appearing anywhere in the books, in the records. Their entire writ petition is there, my lord. I can demonstrate from the pleadings. Their cause of action is not
which
this.
committee does not
It's a
exist.
committee where they say their pleaded case is that in July 2024 there was an impasse in which, my lord, the Honorable Chief Minister interfered and directed a committee to be formed. They say that this committee is not holding meetings and not removing the impasse. That is the cause of action in the
No,
writ
but the
petition.
department is there.
This is something else. This is not their cause of action.
The department is functional.
Department is functional, my
The
lord.
department should take steps irrespective of the fact
My lord,
whether
I
you
understand
prefer
that. That is,
appeal or not is different.
but that is, my lord, that is your lordship's directions dated 3rd of April.
Yes. From April till the 19th of May, see, nothing has been done. The contempt, in the meantime, one over here and the other there, 2 contempt applications have come up. Then what is to be done? If somebody's life and livelihood is taken away,
Rule
they
is
will
to
have
be issued, my lord. Rule is to be
I will not make one single submission on the contempt because I am quite aware that my clients are not contemnors in the contempt.
absolutely.
So I will not make any submission with regard to the contempt.
But then,
But
since
as-
you are a party in the
but
writ petition, you ensure that their
that is why I started by saying, because my lord, as an officer of your lordship's court, I understood on the last day when the contempt came up that what is falling from your lordship, my lord, and that is why the consideration which was to be placed on 19th May, that is today, was extremely important. I understood that. I did not make any submission with regard to that. But my lord, there are certain things, my lord, where the
Please come.
right is there of my client to
My lord,
prefer an appeal.
My lord,
my lord.
only one indulgence.
That's why I started by saying that kindly puts it on the post it on the other side of the vacation.
My lord, my learned
And
senior
in the
friends-
meantime, my lord, all the production, direction work would be, my lord, postponed. Postponed at the whims and caprices of one association.
My lord,
Yes, what is your
my lord,
submission?
Mr. Bandyopadhyay, my learned senior friends client have implemented us, my lord, contempt number 228, my lord, as party contemptness, alleged contemptness. My lord, in the writ petition, we are not made parties. My lord, allegations have been made, we are not aware of this in a way. Because unless I get to know and I get to have the opportunity to respond to it, my lord, the contempt I'm a party, allegations have been made. I do not know what is the act of contempt, my lord. And the question is, my lord, the implementation of order, my lord, so far as your lordship's observation,
Why hasn't a copy of the application been
my lord,
served?
we are not a party. We are not a party in the writ petition.
Writ petition.
Yes.
In the
number
writ
one.
petition, the federation is a party. Are you the member of?
Yes. Question is, my lord, my lord, in law we expect certain certainties.
Yes.
Now, my lord, on the one hand, you say that these writ petitioners, that we have violated the order, my lord. We are the violators. Now, my lord, in the writ petition, my lord, what is the exact allegation, the premise of the writ petition? My lord, I do not know about it. Know about it means I do not get the opportunity. If your lordship wants to decide
Was the
it,
federation represented?
my lord, representation, I am the individual person. Kindly sees what are the parties. Tapan Kumar Ganguly, president, seen a video. What is the act of
No, in
contempt?
the writ petition,
the
the federation was represented.
Federation was represented, but the other organization was a separate body and will not affiliated to the federation. Will not they have individual complaint and contempt. Milord,
He
this
is
cannot
one
be
of
like
the
this.
26
Milord,
children.
Mr. Majumdar,
He is one of
Mr.
the
Majumdar,
26 children of this parent.
that is not the correct interpretation of law.
Well, kindly protect us in the
We are
meantime.
talking
Well,
about
kindly
the
direct some
atmosphere,
police
climate of intolerance in the industry on the one hand, and on the other, Milord, they are making allegations, wild allegations, without making us party
Yes,
in the
wild
litigation.
allegations will be
Mr.
seen
Modified
in
This is
by
allegation.
advocate representing the state
Painted by their own imagination.
that an appeal is sought to be preferred
It's a worthy
against the order passed by this bench. Stop. It appears that
Vivid one. Not ending.
wide order dated 3rd April 2025, the court directed the Secretary, Department of Information and Cultural Affairs, Government of West Bengal, to consider the issues raised by the petitioner with regard to the right to carry on profession independently. Stop. A decision was to be placed before this court today. Stop. The same has not been done.
No.
Stop. Prayer has been made to adjourn the matter till the other side of the vacation. Stop. The court on the same date, that is 3rd April 2025, directed that the respondent number 5, that is the Federation of Senior Technicians, will not senior technician be restrained from interfering with the independent functioning of the petitioner in performing work, and none of the fundamental right to life and livelihood and the right to carry on business, trade and profession be interfered. Stop. Paragraph. A contempt application has been filed alleging that there is violation of the restraint order passed against the Federation. Stop. The members of the Federation have been impleaded as parties in the contempt application. Stop. Paragraph. The learned advocates representing the Federation and the other parties in the contempt application deny the allegations made in the contempt application. Stop. Paragraph. For the time being, the court is not entering into the allegation and counter allegation of the parties. Stop. As it has been submitted that the order of the court is not being complied with, accordingly, the
The subsequent order was also passed on
Acha.
7th May.
Accordingly, the Secretary of the Department of Information and Cultural Affairs is directed to ensure that the fundamental right of the petitioner is not infringed in any manner whatsoever. Stop. None should interfere with the right to life and business, trade and profession of the petitioner. Stop. If required, the Secretary may take the help of the jurisdictional police station to ensure that the work of the petitioner is not interfered with in any manner, and the petitioner can perform the work independently without interference from any party whatsoever.
And we may register our complaints with the secretary in the meantime.
If the petitioner faces any difficulty or interference comma, the petitioner shall report the same immediately to the secretary of the department. Stop. And department who will take immediate remedial steps
Only one
on receipt of the complaint, comma, if
another thing,
any.
another thing, that no technician should be prevented. Malad, you know, otherwise, Malad, all technicians
is
should
what
be
is happening,
separately
man.
prevented. No technician should be prevented to work with us.
Look, I am for respond number 10 to 14, but before your lordship passes that, bear with me for 2 minutes. But I am not a party to the writ petition, so I don't have an opportunity to come.
Who are you?
I am these technicians that Mr. Bandyopadhyay wants to
No,
see.
no, they are not the technician. They are the association of those
You
technicians.
certainly cannot stop somebody from working.
They are the stopping.
It is
If you are not stopping, don't stop.
kindly.
You will not be bothered by the order.
No.
Then the
Since 46 the technicians, I am the technician.
Modifying a
They are
settlement
not the technicians, Malad, they are the secretary and president of their association.
Purpose to a writ court.
and modifying a settlement.
the
Lordship has provided an order that any will go. Tomorrow, if I don't want
see
to work
today
with
one
you,
technician is coming.
Yes.
Tomorrow somebody else will object.
No,
And
only
each
thing
and every
what
day
they are
this
doing,
cannot be done.
Malad, I tell your lordship, Malad, this submission,
association is stopping the technicians to work with us.
Malad, this
If the technicians, Malad, they should not be stopped.
Millard, kindly,
You
one
can
minute, Malad.
you have been given liberty
1 minute.
to approach the secretary. You approach the secretary with whatever prayers, because do not restrict to the technicians.
No.
One thing is
What
very
happens,
clear.
Malad, what they can do cannot do directly. Malad,
They are doing it indirectly. I can understand.
Millard, same applies to us.
Supplementary affidavit. Can I take one
Affidavit.
step to the supplementary affidavit? What they have done,
you're forcing me to work for you.
Yes,
what they have done.
Malad, now, Malad, the nexus is apparent. I am grateful to Mr. Banerjee.
Yes.
I am grateful to Mr. Banerjee.
This is he has been set up by whom?
Yes.
Malad, this will
16th I am really